Hey everyone, welcome to Yoga with Maria. I'm Maria and I'm teaching the next generation of women CEOs and leaders how to lead sustainably and with compassion so that you can do your best work, achieve your highest possible potential without burning out, without sacrificing time for your family or your personal life, etc. Today, I am coming to you from St. Genevieve, Missouri, which is my hometown, and we are practicing yoga for the afternoon slump. Grab one block for this practice or something that you can elevate your seat, maybe a pillow or a blanket, and make sure you're subscribed to this channel so you don't miss any new updates. This is the meeting place for ambitious women, and this channel is all about helping you do your best work at the office and at home. So make sure you're subscribed and let's get started. All right, yogis, come to your mat and go ahead and take a seat on a block or whatever you've got. So it might be a pillow or a little blanket, and we'll just take a cross-legged seat to start. If you see me wiping my mat, it's because the bugs have decided to join me today. And enjoy the scene behind me. Again, this is where my grandfather grew up. He lived in the house down below and on this farm. And it's very fun to bring you here. As you settle into your seat, feel the hips grounding down into your block. Let the hands rest on the lap and let the eyes close or let the eyelids get heavy. And begin to tune into the breath. Maybe even the act of sitting down and closing the eyes and knowing that your phone is away from you, you're not in front of your computer. Maybe even that can give you a bit of relief and take away a little bit of the pressure that I think sometimes we feel when we hit the afternoon slump. So I'm asking you to explore a little bit when you do feel tired in the afternoon. What else is happening? You know, do we go to this place where we feel like we might not be valuable if we're not being as productive as we think we should be? So just allow some space to explore that and find your own kind of truth with that as we come to our mats, knowing that we'll work through it all. Doesn't matter where you land on that, we're just kind of self-reflecting. Let the eyes flutter open and come to sit down. We'll move the block to the side. We don't really need it anymore for this practice. So we're going to start out with Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet come to touch and the hands come behind you. So yeah, you can kind of prop yourself up. And if you feel like your pelvis is collapsing a lot here, you can put the block or the blanket or whatever you have underneath the seat. And then from here, I just want you to breathe in and lift the chest. On the breath out, just release and come back to neutral. This doesn't have to be major. Breathe in and lift the chest. This time, lift the chin a little bit as well. Maybe the upper arm bones will roll back. Exhale, come back to neutral. One more time like this. Breathe in and lift the chest, chin lift. And breathe out and release. From here, you're going to scoop your left knee towards your right. The knees aren't going to stack completely on top of one another. Then just walk the hands a little bit over to the right as well and take a little twist. You can gaze over the right shoulder if it's feeling okay for the neck, and then just watch one cycle of breath in and out. Breathe in and come back to center. Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet touch. Breathe out, right knee comes over towards the left. So the ankle kind of stacks in the arch of the foot, and then walk the hands to the left and look over the left shoulder if it's available. Little twist here. Just watch a breath in and out. Good, and then come back to neutral. Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet touch, knees go wide. And then scoop the knees towards center. Feet come to the mat about hip width distance. Hands come back behind you. Fingertips face forward. Breathe in, press down through the feet. Lift the hips up and take the gaze up towards the ceiling or the sky. Exhale, lower the hips down. Keep the hands and the feet where they are. We're gonna do this 2 more times. Breathe in and lift the hips up. Let the head fall back a little bit. Look towards the sky. Exhale, seat comes down to tap the mat. 1 more like this. Breathe in, hips lift. Let the gaze look up. Breathe out and lower the hips back to the mat. Cross one ankle in front of the other and roll over the feet onto the hands and feet. We can't do this practice without practicing cow pose, because I'm not sure if you can see them in the video, but there are cows hanging here, and I'm kind of hoping you get to hear them move a little bit. Breathe in and let the belly drop down. Chest reaches forward. Let the chest shine forward. So the belly drops down kind of like a big cow belly, and then the chin lifts up. Exhale, just come back to neutral. So just release that and look, down towards the fingers. Keep the neck kind of long and supple. Breathe in, let the belly drop down. Chest reaches forward through the shoulders, chin lifts. Exhale, just release. So try not to puff up the back like a cat. We're just doing cow today. Breathe in, let the belly drop for cow. Chest reaches forward. And release. Walk the hand print forward here. Tuck the toes and find downward facing dog. Go ahead and pedal out the feet. Yeah, so press through the hands, lengthen out the sides of the waist. And then, you'll bend one knee and then the other, just letting the backs of the legs open here. The head can kind of fall heavy. You can even shake the head no. Open and close the mouth to release any tension that you might be holding in the jaw. Soften the eyes. Find a little stillness in the legs, and then breathe in. We're gonna roll forward to plank pose, top of a push-up. Stack the shoulders over the wrist. Look forward a little bit here, just off the edge of your mat. Exhale, hips lift, downward facing dog. We're gonna move through this 2 more times. So breathe in and roll forward to plank pose. Yeah, same thing with cow. See if you can think about reaching the chest forward through the shoulders. The chin lifts kind of away from the throat so that you're looking just a little bit forward. Exhale, down dog. Once more like this. Breathe in and roll forward. Chest reaches forward, chin reaches forward. This time we're gonna lower all the way to the belly. Take the hands a little bit wider so that they're kind of underneath the shoulders here. Legs pull towards one another, and then breathe in, lift the head and the chest. Breathe out, reach the chest forward, and then return the forehead to the mat. We're gonna do this twice more. Breathe in, head and chest peel up. Breathe out, reach the chest forward, and top the forehead down to the mat. 1 more time, breathe in. Breathe out. Hands come underneath armpits. Tuck the toes, come through hands and knees, and find downward facing dog. Inhale to lift your right leg up and back behind you. Breathe out, step the foot forward between the hands and spin your back heel down. We're gonna come all the way up to warrior two. So you're gonna cartwheel the hands up, shoulders stack over the hips, and then bend through your right knee. Arms reach in opposite directions. Go ahead and look over the middle finger of your right hand. Yeah, the belly's a little bit engaged here. And see if you can let the hips sink down towards the floor. Press through the outer edge of your back foot so that you've got some stabilization through the back leg. 1 more cycle of breath in and out. Stay with it. We're kind of building some energy here. And then breathe in, straighten your right leg and reach your right arm up. Look up, reverse triangle. Breathe out, cartwheel the hands to the mat and find a low lunge. Your back heel's going to flip up. Inhale, step to plank pose, right foot steps back. Exhale, left knee comes forward, right behind the left wrist, and then let the hips sink down. So if you have a big space between the left hip and the floor, go ahead and grab your block or whatever you were elevating the seat with and give yourself some support. We're going to stay lifted for this pigeon pose. So tent the fingertips. If this is too much on the low back, you can just walk the hands directly forward. But definitely stay lifted upright instead of folding, doing the forward fold version of pigeon. And then even though you're here, you might even try closing the eyes. Notice the breath, notice where there's tension and holding. Stay in the body, stay with the body. Take 1 more cycle of breath in and out. Wherever the hands are, just walk them a little bit closer to your body for a moment here, and then let the hips sink to the left. We're going to come to sit in 1 foot, so your left knee is going to be bent and folded in, and then your right And then lay the forearm on the right leg, and then the left arm's gonna reach up and over for a nice little side stretch. So we're looking for a nice side stretch in the left side of the body. So it doesn't have to be super major. So if there's another time that you've practiced and you've maybe done this stretch a lot deeper, just pause wherever, once you start to feel a sensation. So we're not trying to overdo it. We're not trying to reach our deepest possible stretch. We're trying to do this without straining. And then you might tip to the chin up towards kind of the armpit and look up towards the sky of the joint. So we're just really looking to open up the left lung, the left side of the body. One more cycle of breath in and out. Come back to neutral. Come to sit up. Take the hands behind you. Lean back. Bend your right knee and find Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet press, the same shape that we did at the beginning of class. And then the right knee is going to fold towards the left. Hands come to the front of the mat. Tuck the toes behind you and find a plank pose. Breathe in. Look forward towards the front edge of your mat. Breathe out. Belly button to spine. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lower to the belly. Untuck the toes. Breathe in. Lift the head and the chest. Elbows pull back. Use the muscles of the back to lift the chest. Exhale, tuck the toes and find downward facing dog. Head falls. You can pedal out the feet or keep a nice bend in the knees. Keep this fluid and mobile here. Breathe in and lift your left leg up. Breathe out. Step the left foot forward between the hands and spin your back heel down. Inhale, cartwheel the arms up, warrior two. See the arms and take your gaze over the left middle finger. So the fingertips reach in opposite directions. Stack shoulders over the hips and let your hips sink down towards the floor. So we want this left side to be parallel to the ground if it can. If not, anywhere along the way is great and fantastic too. Press through the outer edge of your back foot. A little engagement of the low belly, so we don't want to let the booty stick too far out. Relax the shoulders. Shoulder blades pull towards one another on the back. And then breathe in, straighten your left leg, left arm reaches up, tip back, reverse triangle. Exhale, cartwheel the hands to the mat. Breathe in and step to plank pose, look forward. Breathe out, right knee comes forward and rest right behind the right wrist. Let the hips sink down and set up a block underneath the right hip if you need it. Or if rather the hip isn't reaching the floor. And then tense the fingertips, stay lifted upright here. Maybe you walk the hands a little bit forward if it feels a lot for the low back. Continue to fill the lungs with breath. Continue to think about lengthening the sides of the waist. Keep the chin level or a bit lifted here. But you can also close the eyes. So even within a bit of effort, can you soften the face? Can we, take action without gripping to the results? When we start to feel the slump, the moment of, we're not productive enough, we're not doing enough, that's usually kind of how we feel when we get that slump. Can we take action without gripping to, the way that the outcome of that work might be? Or to whether we think we're doing our best work or not. And knowing deeply that we are enough. Walk the hands a little bit back towards the body and then sink onto your right hip and come to sit down. So this right leg is going to be folded in, left leg is long. Flip your left hand up and lay the forearm on the leg here. Then right arm reaches up and over the ear, big side stretch. Try to turn your pinky finger down. This will bring your shoulder blade back onto the back. It'll create a little bit more room for the shoulder girdle, and then take the nose up towards the ceiling or the sky. So we're really hoping or wanting to get an opening on the right side of the body. And so we might sacrifice that if we're really just trying to reach for the foot. So just notice where you are with that. Breathe into the right lung without sacrificing space for the left lung as well. So both sides are really reaching here. One more cycle of breath in and out. Come back to sitting upright, and lean back a little bit. Bend the left knee, Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet touch. And then scoop the left knee towards the right here. Hands come to the front of the mat and then tuck the toes and find plank pose. Set yourself up here, shoulders over the wrist. Look forward a little bit, belly button to spine. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out, lower all the way to the belly. Take the arms long behind you, palms face down, so pinky fingers are closest to you. Zip the legs together. Breathe in and lift the head, the chest, lift the feet. Keep the hands pressing to the ground for now. And then, you can take the gaze to the front edge of your mat. And you've got an option here to let the hands float as well. Shalabhasana, locust pose. Breathing in. Breathing out. One more here. In. And out. Take the hands forward. Make a pillow, right hand over left, and just rest the forehead on the back of the hands. Let the legs relax, the heels splay in opposite directions. Bend both knees. Release the hands so that the forehead comes to the mat, and then reach back with the hands and catch the outer edges of the ankles. We're going to take bow pose, Dhanurasana. Breathe in and lift the head, the chest, kick the feet into the hands, maybe the knees lift a little bit. Bow pose, balancing on the belly and the bottom two ribs. See if you can lift the thigh bones up off the floor. Let the chest reach forward. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in. Breathing out. One more cycle here. Inhale. And exhale. Lower to the mat. Release the feet. Bring the hands forward. Left hand comes on top. Forehead comes to rest. Let the heels splay out. Relax the legs. And just come back to your breath. Let the breath slow down. And then from here, we're gonna roll over onto our backs. So take your time getting there. You'll keep a bend in the knees to start, and just keep take the feet a little bit wider than the hips. Let the knees knock in on one another, and take one hand to the belly and one hand to the heart. Allowing the spine to come back to its neutral curve, its natural curve. Just watching the breath, just giving ourselves a moment here to notice the breath, how it expands the body on the inhale. And watch the belly deflate on the exhale. From here, release the hands, grab the outer edges of your mat, and then heel toe the feet in so that they're hip width distance, and we're just going to windshield wiper the knees back and forth. So if it feels better, I actually kind of like to have my feet a little wider than the hips so they can stay where they were for constructive rest, but see what feels okay and like you're not straining at all. And just let the knees rock one way and then the other. Really nice. And then come back to neutral, reach the hands forward, and you're going to lift the knees. The palms are just going to come to the knees, and then let the legs hang completely heavy here. You can make really small circles with the knees one way and then the other if you'd like to give the low back a little massage. Otherwise, you can just hang out, let the arms be long. Try not to add effort to this shape. All the way long. Arms come by the sides. We'll set up for Shavasana. Palms face up. Let the feet just splay to the sides. The legs are relaxed. See if you can completely soften the body. Remembering here that our productivity doesn't define our value. Our inherent value is infinite. So the things that we do at work will never ever be equal to or in any way define that value. So inviting you to separate the two and recognize okay if you're not the most productive for every single hour of your day. So give yourself a little bit of passion, a little bit of love there. And thank yourself for taking the time to listen to the body that the body wanted a break by doing this practice, by giving the body what it needed. I invite you to stay here for a few more minutes. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me today for yoga for the afternoon slump. Namaste. If you're looking for more ways to feel better in your mind and your body at work, and ultimately are looking to reach your highest possible potential, this is the work that I do with women one-on-one. Ultimately helping women become leaders at work, surpass their goals, and still have time for their personal lives and their families, and without stress and anxiety. So if this is interesting to you at all, go to my website at marialoida.com and send me a message to set up a free call to chat about how you can up-level at work and feel good about it. See you soon.